Hello and welcome back to Jordan the Time. Before we get into the video, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who left well wishes on the last episode. Really appreciated. Now, strength training. I've been doing a fair bit. Since the last episode, I've managed to get the account up to level 97 strength, despite my XP an hour averaging around 26k. The last two levels should, in theory, take just under 100 hours at this rate, or about another 10 days. But I have spent the last few days working on a master plan. Pest control. Wait! I know how much I hated it by the end of the HP grind. I don't want to do that to myself again. So, I was theory crafting. So far, for combat achievements, I managed to get 6 from Brutus, 13 from Wintertodt, and an extra 1 from killing a black dragon. I only needed 21 more combat achievement points to get an extra point per round at pest control. It may seem insignificant, but for every 100 points I earn, I'll be doing 5 fewer rounds, or about 10 minutes. If I was to do the full 2 and a bit million experience to 99, which I probably won't, I would need about 3,500 points. That would mean the combat achievements would save me about 5 hours of dealing with pest control. But why pest control? Every 100 points there is 60,000 XP at level 98. And on a good day, I can get 20 rounds an hour, or with the increased points, 100 points an hour. And that is more than double what I'm getting otherwise. So, as long as I spend less than 5 days getting the combat achievement points, I'm saving time. So, I got to scouring the wiki. There were 100% bosses and creatures I had no hope in hell of killing, even for an easy diary task, such as killing Briarfighter with Protect from Magic active, or killing a Shellbane Griffin. Honestly, apart from a task to kill Brutus without equipment, and a few tasks to kill a few regular monsters, I was about to face off against multiple things I had never touched before, with no prayers, crap gear, and very little access to food. The majority of the food I ended up using came from the shrimp and parrot in Brimhaven. The first challenge was a nice and easy one. Kill a hill, moss, and fire giant in the giant cave. Nothing really to talk about. A few shots, and they were gone. 1 point gained for Into the Den of Giants, and also a further 1 point for killing a fire giant and getting the walking volcano. The first proper challenge on the list was the giant mole. I knew this one was safe spottable from an old Limpwork video, and I really looked out, as my first kill gave an achievement I wasn't expecting to get.
Why are you running?
For killing a mole without her burrowing more than 2 times. A smooth 3 points I wasn't expecting to get. Then on the second kill, I get the achievement Avoiding Those Little Arms, for killing the mole without taking damage. 2 more points. I stick around for a bit longer to get up to 10 KC, earning a further point for Giant Mole Novice. The next morning, wanting a change of pace, I decide to go for Obor. I remember I tried fighting Obor not long after he was added to the game, but I got absolutely destroyed, so didn't fight him again. Time for my revenge. I bring what little food I had, before learning about the shrimp and parrot, and somehow managed to tank enough damage to kill Obor and get the Back to the Wall achievement for not being pushed back more than 1 tile. 2 more points. I also open the chest for a further 1 point as I get Obor Novice. Later that day, I go back to the Giant Mole to get KC number 25 and get Giant Mole Champion for a further 2 points. After which I make a quick stop to get a Demon's Best Friend for 1 point, before heading to the Chasm of Fire to get another point for a Great Foe. Then I head over to Mulch to try my hand at the Lizard Shaman, which I quickly ran away from. Yeah, no, can't do those. So I had to re-evaluate the list, and look at which wilderness bosses I could potentially squeeze a point or 2 from. After unequipping all my armour and weapons, and manually casting spells on Brutus, I get Beef vs Beef for 3 points. and I head to the wilderness to try and kill the crazy archaeologist. The first attempt goes poorly, as I didn't have enough food to out-heal the damage. But I come back the next morning to show him I'm not a quitter, and get 2 points for Mage of the Ruins. I needed 2 points. That was it. But everything else just looked scary to me. I could probably do Obor a few more times, but it would be risky. I barely managed to beat him last time. The crazy archaeologist is the same. A few splashed hits from me, a few good hits from him, and I'd find myself back in Lumbridge. I was desperate. I tried to kill Brutus in under 2 seconds. I knew it was impossible, but I tried anyway. 9 seconds. That's the fastest I managed to get. So I thought, I did Obor, I should at least try Briarfighter. But how to get the points? Opening the chest alone wouldn't be enough. So I decided to attempt the fight in free-to-play. I didn't know if I'd be able to do it there, but I didn't have much choice, unless I wanted to subject myself to look elsewhere. I knew that Obor would wreck me. I knew that the crazy archaeologist was risky. I didn't know anything about Briarfighter, so I would at least give that a go first. After killing 182 moss giants, I finally get the mossy key. I switch to a free-to-play world and watch as my magic attack bonus is more than halved, and I also have to switch to a lower level spell. But surprisingly, I deal a decent amount of damage to Briarfighter, and they don't seem to be dealing that much to me. And then the growthlings spawn, and I have no idea what to do. So I run from the instance, and quickly watch a guide on the fight. Armed with the knowledge of how this fight works, I pick up the axe on the ground outside, head back in with less food than before, and try again. About 2 minutes later, the fight is over, and I get 3 more achievements. Fighting as intended 2 for killing Briarfighter on a free-to-play world, Briarfighter Novice for opening the chest, and Preparation is Key for not taking poison damage during the fight. I don't feel like that last one is deserved, as you can't get poisoned in free-to-play, but I'll take it. Somehow, I managed to get just enough combat points to get the easy level combat achievement reward. Not only do I get a free teleport to Trollheim, but I also get that extra pest control point per round. That's great for the strength training, but it will also be useful for attack, defense, and maybe even prayer down the line. I can't use melee weapons inside of pest control, as I don't have high enough accuracy to keep the activity bar high enough. But even so, I'm banking almost double the XP I would have gotten if I was training strength conventionally. So, all is good. After looking at what skills I have left, and what wouldn't be too painful without woodcutting, I think the next skill will either be cooking or smithing. I could also do fishing, but I don't really want to do that right now. Subscribe to see whether I put myself through another bout of masochism, or do the relatively harmless option. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!